Good morning.
Shh, don't wake up the kids.
Hey, it is Monday morning. It is 16 degrees outside. I've been up. I got my truck running. I'm not going out in that much cold. In a cold truck.
Other places it's like -20, so we're actually lucky. And it is 5:30 in the morning, and not the children's woke up. There's a no school day here.
Yeah.
Woohoo! I get to
Monday.
not have to pack lunches this morning.
You're actually lucky. I know. I pulled your car in the garage last night so you wouldn't have to go out in the cold this morning and deal with it. And then you didn't have to go out.
Happy Monday, everybody. Best hubby ever. But I do have to go out. Brooke's volunteering today.
Yeah, I thought she was going out after school. When I heard that.
Get with the program, man.
Alright, I get to get these clothes ironed. And then unfortunately I actually have to go into the office today. Such is life.
Are you making your morning oats?
What?
Oats, good job. Do you love oats?
Jane.
Yeah, who's on your shirt?
Loaves.
Mickey Mouse, very good. All right, guys, so I have about 2 hours before I have to get Brooke from her volunteer work. So I am making a few things up real quick so that I am just kind of a little bit more prepared for my week. So it's like a mini meal prep. I don't know how you view meal prep. For me, meal prep is just what's going to be helpful for me. So I'm going to make some peanut butter balls real quick for the girls because they want that for lunches. And Theo loves it, and I love it. I need some bread dough ready to go for tomorrow and for the next day because I need bread to go with our dinner tomorrow. And then I'm going to turn the rest of the dough into little pizzas the next day. And then I have a bunch of bananas I need to use up, so I'm making 3 loaves of banana bread. And then some bliss balls that I was going to make. And they're like a date and chocolate kind of ball. If I can think of anything else that I'm making, I'll let you know. That's what I'm going to make real quick right now. And, oh, bean soup. I had beans soaking overnight. And just kind of everybody's eating ham, and I just kind of had a hankering for bean soup, and they could chop up ham and throw it in it, and chop up potatoes and throw it in it. It's just a great base soup. So that is what I'm making today. And I will have everything linked down below. Just note that I am not a measurer. So I don't necessarily know exactly how much of everything I'm putting in. I will just share with you what I'm putting in, except for things like the banana bread and the bread dough. I will share exact measurements with those. All right, let's get started with this super quick meal prep. So we're gonna start off with our water and our beans. This is about a half a bag of beans. Then I'm adding some soy sauce, a little miso, but that is just because I had miso paste in my fridge. You could definitely just use some bouillon. And some garlic, onion, cumin, and nutmeg. Nutmeg, you just want a little pinch. And that was liquid smoke. Now you could use a ham bone though if you wanted ham in it instead. Then a can of green chilies, and that was a little seasoning salt. Stir this up and cook this on, I used just the bean setting for 30 minutes in my pressure cooker. And now we're going to move on to our banana bread. So I am making a triple batch. So I will leave a single batch down below in the description box. But it is bananas and cinnamon, baking powder and baking soda, some salt. Maple syrup. Brown sugar. Vanilla. And then I used a flax mixture, but you could just use eggs instead if you do not want to use a flax mixture. It was just 1 tablespoon of flax to 3 tablespoons of water. And then your flour. And once it's done, I like to line my loaf pans with parchment paper. Makes it a little harder to get it in, but it makes it so much easier when you take it out. You just lift out the parchment paper and you have your banana bread ready to go. So I divided the batter into 3 loaves. And then I topped each loaf a little differently. One I did chopped walnuts. One I did chocolate chips. And the last one I just sliced up some bananas and added a little cinnamon on top. These bake at 350 degrees for about 50 minutes. Next is the peanut butter balls. These are so easy and I cannot keep them in the house. The kids eat them so fast. There is no measurements. If you want it to be a little bit, drier, you add a little more powdered milk. If you want it a little wetter, you add a little more honey. But it is just honey, powdered milk, cinnamon, vanilla, and peanut butter. And you can make as much or as little as you want. It really is that easy. And once they've all been rolled into balls, they are best if you let them go into the fridge and sit for at least an hour. Next is the easiest bread dough ever. And all you're going to do is put in flour, salt, and yeast. Stir it in your bowl and then slowly add in your water. And stir it until it's all combined. Cover it and let it rise for a day or 2. That's it. Okay, it really is that easy. That was flour. Now I did a double batch, so I will have 4 loaves of bread. So I did 10 cups of flour, and it's just flour, it's water, it's salt, and it's a little bit of yeast, and that's it. This I'm putting in a bigger bowl so that it can just rise. And with this, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have some bread for tomorrow. So I'll divide it in half tomorrow. I'll cover the other half to stay and rise for another day. And then the next day I wanted to make some like little pizzas with it. So that's why the double batch. And it's so easy. And it's just fresh, it's ready. And you can, like tomorrow I could make another batch if I just wanna keep the fresh bread rolling. It's so good and so easy. I should add, you definitely want to cover your bowl, because I didn't show you me transferring this to a big bowl, but you'll see it later. Definitely want to transfer it to a bowl, then cover it and let it rise. You could leave it if you have a stand mixer in your stand mixer bowl if you want. Mine gets used too much to keep it out of commission for a couple days, so I always transfer to another bowl. And keep it out of drafts. So you don't want to leave it in a drafty place. And that's it. So easy. All right, and here's my beans. I'm gonna empty some of this broth.
Wait, my breath.
They're good and tender. And there you have it, a bean soup that is perfect. It's gonna be perfect with homemade bread. You can have it with just some bread, sliced soup beans, except they're kind of mashed up. If you are from this neck of the woods. But there you have it. So, bean soup, perfect. And here are the banana breads out of the oven. Alright, I have about 30 dates here, but these are kind of drier. I mean, they're still soft, but they're not gooey. They're more chewy. So I'm going to soak these for a couple of hours in water, and then I'll make the date balls here in just a few.
Left hand, right, green,
Get in there.
yellow.
Left hand blue.
Left hand, left,
Get in there and play. And now, left hand with a cloud. That means go wherever you want with your left hand.
I'll keep it.
Oh, with our left hand?
Yeah.
I'll just keep
Left hand wherever you want.
it's in the middle.
Luke, stop. Right hand, or right foot where I want. Green.
No.
Go, get your right foot on green.
This isn't about
blue.
Right foot on green. Left foot on yellow.
Okay. My right foot is on. My right hand is on blue. Question 5. How many? What is the age of my mom?
25. Good job.
No, I think it is about 64.
25.
Wait, you were right, Ash.
Error.
Right, I'm always right. 64.
Okay. Question 6. What is 1,000 minus 221?
45 million. 700.
You're right.
Something else. With a
Question
cherry.
9. What is
This is Ronnie's
be
turn.
a little tricky. What is 17 to the power of 3?
1,000,000 quadrillion 4,913 is the answer.
That's because she's using her calculator.
No, I am not.
Okay, last question. This is even tricky. What is 10 to the factorial of 83 times 17? 1 plus 7 vowels 7.6929416 times 10 to the power of 21.
What's up? Woo! Go on, Ashley. So all I'm going to do for this is I've got these dates that I have soaked. They are super gooey. then I'm gonna add some unsweetened cocoa powder. And a little bit of this peppermint extract. And a tiny bit of salt. And I'm gonna blend this up. So the recipe that I followed said to just mix the dates, soaked, the cocoa powder, and the peppermint, and it's very gooey. So I'm gonna add a little bit of oats to it and pulse that up. Thank you, baby. And I'm gonna add some chocolate chips. So I think that'll kind of just help take it like over the top. But flavor is very, very good. So let's see how it is with some oats and chocolate chips. Change plans again. We're just kind of rolling with it. It's a new recipe that I'm trying. Kind of like making Laura bars, but I'm trying to do a like no fat version or very low fat. So the only fat is a little bit of chocolate chips. It's probably my husband saying he's on his way home because it is late today. He's working late. But you just gotta roll with the punches, especially when you're trying something new. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lay this out and a lined with parchment paper pan, and I'm gonna put it in the freezer and let it set up that way, and then I can cut it into little bites. It is really, really good flavor. So I would definitely make it again if this sets up in the freezer. Let's see how it does. And I would say that you could definitely add some more chocolate chips to the top because it's a treat. It's like a healthy dessert. And if the only thing bad in it is a few chocolate chips, I don't think that's such a bad idea. And the chocolate chips that I use are called Enjoy Life. And very few ingredients. So there we go. Okay, so this is what I have prepped so far. I have 3 containers of this bean soup that we can add ham, potatoes, anything we want. I have my 3 loaves of banana bread that the kids have already been getting into. They love banana bread. One with chocolate chips, the one with walnuts, and the one with just some bananas and cinnamon. Over here, and you see I still have 3 bananas, but those should be eaten up here before you know it. And then here, I'm just leaving it sit, and look at how much that has risen already. This is the bread dough. That just sits. All right, and then part of meal prep, which I did intend, but I was gonna do a couple chickens in the smoker, but if you guys recall, I switched it to ham. It's from our ham yesterday. We had 3 of these containers of ham. So I am going to go on and put 1 in the freezer. I'm gonna make 1 into dinner tonight into sliders. And then the other one, I'm just gonna have to throw with biscuits or whatever they want. Or they can just munch on it at night. Like the, kids that are in their 20s that let's come creeping at night and get the food. So that's it. That's my meal prepping. I could have cut up some lettuce and stuff, but the kids wanted to go to Five Below. So they were in there for quite a while. And now, like I said, I gotta just make dinner. So I'll see you. We'll check on that in about an hour, the last thing we made. All right, so because we have company here, the kids ended up having friends over. I have 3 extra people for dinner. I'm looking tired, y'all. I'm feeling tired. But I decided I had some canned biscuits already. I'm making sliders, I'm making biscuits, and then I'm gonna do some scrambled eggs. All right, it's been about an hour, so I want to see how these set up with you guys. Let's see. That's what it looks like. So these are all right. I don't know that I'll make them again. I made them with nuts before instead of oats, and that's really good. I'm trying to make it lower fat. I don't know, they're a little bit too mushy, if that makes sense, mushy for me. But it has a good flavor. So I mean, definitely they won't go to waste, but I don't think the kids would like them. All right, so here is tonight's dinner then. Biscuits, scrambled eggs, some fruit cocktail, and the ham and cheese sliders. All right, tonight's question of the night. I'm gonna guess what they're gonna say. I'll have Charles and I guess what they're gonna say. On a scale of 1 to 10, how strict are your parents? I'm gonna guess the kids are gonna say a 5. That's me. I'll let you know. Okay, tonight's question, you guess what they're gonna say. On a scale of 1 to 10, how strict are your parents?
Which parent?
Us. Just in general.
Me? A 2, a 0.
All right, go. How strict is your parents?
We balance out at a 5.
I said a 5. He says him 10, me 0. I am strict. I am strict about different things and he's strict. I'm strict on behavior. Now come on. I'm very strict on behavior. Manners and behavior. He is strict on everything else, but I'm strict on manners and behavior. I demand perfect behavior. Everything else, they're kids.
That's just a given for me.
So that's it. All right, so we're saying a 5. We'll see what the kids say. Luke, I got a question for you. On a scale of 1 to 10, how strict are your parents?
7.
A 7?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Because you're doing great.
Because I'm doing great? All right.
And I also need a green iPad.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how strict are your parents?
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 7 or 8.
A 7 or 8? All right. Brooke, 1 to 10, how strict are your parents?
No. Depends on the day. On a scale from
1 to 10.
6 to 8.
We're somewhere between a 6 and 8.
Depending on the day. I think in like a good way.
Okay, so there you have it. I don't think that I'm strict at all. But apparently to my children, I'm very strict. They said, but you don't let us do stuff other kids get to do. I don't let them run wild, that's for sure. Not happening. I'm super overprotective. That's for sure. They don't get to stay out late. So I guess to teenagers, that's all very strict. I don't know. I don't think I'm strict. But apparently I am.
You're not.
Okay. So kids basically say we're a 7.
I think 8.
We average a 7.
That's way more strict than I thought we were.
I mean, it's a
Yeah,
good
you know
kind
that's
of
just because they don't want you to get stricter. Just saying.
Alright, we're gonna wrap this up and let them go eat, and then we will see all of you tomorrow. Bye everybody.